What is up, everyone? We've got another night of playoff basketball in the books. I'm just gonna say it. I was right on the money with the predictions. The Dallas Mavericks beat the OKC Thunder to go up 2-1, and the Boston Celtics respond to go up 2-1 as well. So, at like last night, we had one exciting game and we had one mid game. The exciting game was the Dallas OKC game because I mean those teams were going back and forth the whole game. When you thought one team was out of it, they go on a 7-0, 11-0 run to get right back in the game. And that's what this game was all about. I mean, that's what basketball is. It's a game of runs. And Dallas had the best run at the best time, so they got the dub. Then the second game was kind of boring, unless you're a Celtics fan. You were happy about that. But Boston bounced back after getting blown out and pretty much just embarrassed in TD Garden to go up 2-1 on the Cleveland Cavaliers and put Cleveland's season on the line. So yeah, let's jump right into these stats. So we're going to start off with the more boring of the two games. Of course, unless you were a Celtics fan, you were loving every second of this game. It was a nice bounce back game for the Boston Celtics. Like, I mean, you look at the stats from the starters, everyone got some good numbers except for Derek White and Al Horford. They were chucking up bricks. But even Derek White got in the action late when they needed someone to step up. I know I've seen Celtics social media. They're saying, where are all the Tatum haters now? This dude could not hit a shot late in the game, except for the dagger. I'll give him credit. That dagger shot, that was nice. But Tatum was breaking in the fourth. The Cavs were kind of coming back when Tatum had the ball and he was settling for jumpers. They started coming back a little bit, got it down to like 9 at one point, but then the Celtics turned on the gas and pulled away. But yeah, I mean, overall, it was a very solid night for Tatum, especially on the rebounds. He was giving a lot of effort there. Five turnovers, you want to see less of that, but like still the Celtics got the dub, so not the end of the world. Al Horford. Actually, Al Horford was kind of trash tonight. What the fuck? Get out of here, ad, bro. Oh my God. Sorry. These ads are driving me up a wall, man. But yeah, Al Horford was bricking tonight. Oh my God. Oh for I didn't realize he was this bad. Holy shit. Al Horford was fucking terrible. And as a Sixers fan, we love to see those numbers from Al Horford, but the Celtics still got it done. Yeah. Once if Porzingis comes back, Al Horford will be on the bench, so they just won't play him if this happens. Drew Holiday, this was by far his best game of the postseason. Like this dude was setting the tone early. I think he had like 12 or 15 in the first half. So I mean, quiet second half, but he really got the Celtics cooking in the first half. So he was in his bag. Derek White, his cold streak continued tonight. There was a point when he had 1 point and he was like 0 for 7, 0 for 8. It was not good for Derek White. I mean, he ended 4 for 13 and he shot 3 for 8 from three, which is not bad, like considering how bad he started. So solid, I guess, bounce back for Derek White in the second half. And he was pretty crucial at helping putting these Cavaliers away because they were staying around. Jaylen Brown, this is also a fantastic game for Jaylen Brown. I honestly think, I know Tatum was the leading scorer for Boston, but Jaylen Brown was the best player for the Celtics tonight. Like, look at this efficiency. 13 for 17. He was taking smart shots. I mean, he was just driving. Missed his two free throws, which kind of sucked for him. He's he's giving hustle on the rebounds. I mean, the Celtics were in their bag tonight outside of Horford and Derek White. Sam Hauser, Luke Cornett, they came in, gave you some solid minutes. Didn't lose the lead or anything while they were in. I mean, this Celtics bench is they're nice. Peyton Pritchard, I mean, I guess plus minus wise, he was the worst out of the main Celtics bench guys, but he hit that insane logo three. Like, I mean, I'm rooting for the Cavs because Celtics be my up, but like, holy shit, that Peyton Pritchard three was fucking nasty, man. Like, that was nothing but net. And like, the Cavs were starting to come back a little. Peyton Pritchard just drills that three, and he's like, no, you're not. You stay down 10, bruh. Like you ain't shit on us. So yeah, solid night from the Celtics. Great games from Brown, Holiday, and solid game from Tatum as well. Let's go on to the losers. Um, yeah, Isaac Okoro was trash. I mean, come on now, Isaac Okoro. Garland, I know he had 15, but like, I mean, he was throwing some dimes, but like, just Garland has not been the guy in this post. Like, he's not been that guy in the postseason. He's looked like last year Garland a lot. Max Strus breaking up a storm, and I mean, I feel like this is a consistent theme. Donovan Mitchell and Evan Mobley are the two guys delivering, while everyone else is just kind of mid. Actually, Karis LeVert was solid too. Karis LeVert is a very up and down kind of player, I feel like. So this is one of the up games from Karis LeVert. We might get a down game next game. Who knows? We'll see. We'll see. But yeah, I feel like that's the outside of Mitchell and Mobley, Karis LeVert's the only one who was the only one who was actually solid in this game. Um, yeah, I know Dean Wade was a plus 12, but my God, this guy was bricking threes. They put him in expecting him to be that in that one game where they came back like 28 on the Celtics, but no, Dean Wade was not that guy tonight. Tristan Thompson, I mean, he only played like I don't like outside of those three, it's like everyone else was kind of they were just kind of dudes out there. Like Darius Garland didn't do anything special. Like no one else did really anything special for Cleveland. And I mean, if you're gonna beat Boston in a 7 game series, you need guys to do some special shit all the time. And they just didn't do that. So yeah. And I think the story of of Cleveland today was they would take 2 steps forward and 2 steps back. Like they'd go down 23, and then they get it back to like 12, and then they go down 17. And especially in the fourth quarter, they were flirting with that like 9 to 15 point deficit like the entire quarter. And it was like they really just couldn't break through and come back. There was a stretch in the fourth where Tatum was bricking a bunch of shots because he was settling for jumpers. And they have like some stupid ass Donovan Mitchell. Well, he was in his bag tonight, and you can't blame Donovan Mitchell for losing his game. Shooting 7 for 12 from three is insane. But like he shoots like the dumbest three of all time, and it just doesn't even like hit the rim. And it's like just killed their momentum. And then they had another three. I forget who shot it. I think it might have been Strus. I think it was Strus. He shot a bad three, and like Tatum was bricking. And it was like they could have been within five, but instead I think it was Pritchard hits the logo three and it's back to 12. It's like, come on now. Like they needed to lock in and they just couldn't do it. But credit to the Celtics for not letting them come back and playing a complete game after getting absolutely embarrassed in TD Garden. So that was that game. Let's move on to the Thunder Mavs game. This game was fun. This is a fun game to watch. I felt like last game it was very I don't know, it was very boring. And this game, it was much better. And I feel like the defense was much better in this game than it was last game as well. So let's get right into it. Chet Holmgren just out like offensively, he was mid. He was mid in this game. But defensively, this dude was a dog. 4 blocks? Are you kidding me? This guy is, I mean, I'm going to sound like an NPC here. I probably sound like an NPC all the time. But this dude is going to be special. Like, I mean, he is insane defensively. And I know Wemby almost won Defensive Player of the Year, so he kind of he doesn't get looked at as much because they're both rookies this year, even though it's Chet's technically his second year in the league. But this dude is going to be a goddamn. He is going to be a fantastic defender for years to come in the NBA. J Dub, I mean, J Dub had a solid game. You just needed more. You needed more out of J Dub and Chet if the Thunder were going to win this game. Granted, they only lost by 4, but it just felt like they were lacking down the stretch. And I mean, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander was in his bag, but there were plenty of times. 5 blocks is crazy from Shea, by the way. Like that is insane for a guy his size. And he's not one of the better defenders on their team. So I mean, like that 5 blocks is impressive, but there were definitely times where Shea could have taken over this game and he missed. Like I believe with a minute left, he takes this crazy ass step back three and he misses it. Like he misses it pretty bad. And it's like, come on. And it was like in transition, it was like they needed a better shot than that. And like, I don't know. I feel like you can't solely blame Shea for this loss, but like Shea is not free from criticism in this game because he took some bad shots down the line that he shouldn't have taken and just shots he could have hit that he didn't hit. But yeah, I mean, other than that, other than like down the stretch, Shea was pretty good. He was the best player on the Thunder for sure. But like, he definitely deserves some criticism for making wrong plays in the fourth, we'll say. Speaking of guys who just constantly are making wrong plays, we got Josh Giddey here. This guy's a bomb. I'm sorry. Like, he's like Ben Simmons for the Thunder. I think I said this last time we talked about the Thunder, but like, he's been the same guy every year since he's a rookie. And it's like, I don't know, the Thunder should just get rid of him because he's just not, he can't shoot the three. He was 1 for 4. There was one where he was just wide open. I mean, they've been leaving him wide open like the entire series, and he's just bricking. Like, come on, dude. You suck. I mean, come on. Like, they got to bench this guy. Lou Dort, I mean, he was doing his best to guard Luka. He did all right on Luka, I would say. Like, he did. You can't. Lou Dort was not the reason you lost this game. His defense was very solid on Luka. It wasn't game one defense, but it was definitely better than game two defense. He's got to be more efficient, though. Like 3 for 9, you can't have that. Yeah. Off the bench, you didn't really get much out of Jay Will. Gordon Hayward only played 3 minutes, so not even going to talk about him. I'm already just yapping, but okay. Isaiah Joe, this guy was cooking. Damn, do the Sixers miss this guy? Sixers fans, you know how Doc Rivers and Daryl Morey fucked up letting this guy just not playing this guy, so we didn't even know what we had, just giving him to the Thunder. Yeah, this guy's a bucket. I mean, he's a fantastic 3-point shooter. Not the most consistent, but this game he was in his bag. Aaron Wiggins, I mean, he was all right. Like, you can't, I don't know. I'm not expecting like 15 points a game from Aaron. I'm not expecting that game one Aaron Wiggins every single game. But like, he did his job +4. I mean, like, come on. He was all right. Carson, was this guy's Carson? Yeah, Carson Wallace. I'm not tripping. Carson Wallace, I mean, whatever. He's just kind of a guy out there. Like, didn't really do much of anything. I'm gonna be honest. But yeah, main takeaway: Shea was the best player on the floor, but he didn't get it done in the fourth. Isaiah Joe's a bucket, and the Sixers are dumbasses for not seeing what they had in him. Anyways, let's move on to the victors, the Dallas Mavericks. Playoff PJ Washington is a thing, guys. I know there's that NBA commercial out there where it's just like playoff whatever player is not a thing. Playoff PJ Washington is definitely a thing, guys. Like, this guy is built for this. He is such a dog. Like, he'd be drilling threes and just making good shots. Shout out PJ Washington. I thought this guy was a scrub, and he's proven me otherwise. So keep it up, PJ Washington. You're in your bag. Speaking of guys that let's talk about guys that were not in their bag. Derrick Jones Jr., 1 for 10. My God, he was terrible. He was fucking trash. And yeah, 1 for 10. I mean, you look at the starters, he had the lowest plus minus on the team. He's -14. This guy's got to play better. Like, come on now. You can do more than just dunk, bro. Come on. Let's lock in Derrick Jones Jr. Gafford, efficient game. Defensively wasn't as impactful as he was in some of the other games. And he was hurt in this game as well. But I mean, Gafford was fine. I mean, they didn't really get that much production out of centers today. It was more of the playoff PJ Washington was cooking. So it's fine. Kyrie, I called it. I said Kyrie was going to have a bounce back game, and he did. This dude was money in the fourth. He started like 3 for 3 in the fourth, and he was just nonstop cooking in the fourth. He was in his bag. Like, Kyrie Irving, I don't know. I feel like with his beard, he kind of got that Kratos beard look. I feel like we got to give him some God of War type nickname. Maybe like he got to be the God of handles, because that's what he is. He's the handles god. He is the God of handles. You know what I'm saying? He got that Kratos beard. Like, I don't know. He'd be looking like the God of handles, because he's got the best handles in NBA history. Shout out AI. He's great too. But Kyrie Irving, next level. Luka, great effort from Luka on the rebounds. Like, he out rebounded like everyone on his team. Like, that's impressive for a guy like Luka. And especially since he's been hurting in the series. Like, he locked in and he grabbed those rebounds. Luka was solid today. I mean, he could have been better. Lou Dort did a pretty solid job defending him, but like other guys were cooking, so it was fine. Like when you got PJ Washington in his bag, you're chilling because PJ Washington is a bucket, and he was dropping those corner threes because he's in his bag. Tim Hardaway Jr., not the most efficient game out of him. Derek Lively. So I was shit talking Derek Lively this game. I'm not gonna lie. He had some dunks that he should have made, and he just flat out missed them. Like he could be on Shaq in a fool. But like what they tried doing late in the game is they tried hacking him. And shout out to Derek Lively for hitting most of his free throws. Like he locked in. He was like, I ain't no Ben Simmons. I ain't no Shaq. I'm hitting my damn free throws. So shout out Derek Lively for locking in. Josh Green, plus 15, but he only had 3 points. I mean, Josh Green was cooking in game two, but not so much in this game. So yeah, very solid game from the Dallas Mavericks. Playoff PJ Washington is a thing. I don't care what y'all say. But yeah, they were in their the Dallas Mavericks were in their bag. So going forward, tomorrow we've got Knicks Pacers and Nuggets Timberwolves. If I had to make some predictions on that, I love the Pacers, man, but like I think the Knicks are going to take this one. I think the Knicks are going to go up 3-1 on the Pacers. Like that last game was insane, but like the Knicks played so bad down the stretch and they like almost won. It's like, I don't know. I think the Knicks are going to come back and win. And then you've got Nuggets Timberwolves. I love Anthony Edwards. I love the Timberwolves, but like I feel like we could see a Jokic legacy game tomorrow. I don't know. I'd love to be wrong because I'm cheering for the Timberwolves, but like I think a Jokic legacy game is imminent. But yeah, that's all I got. I mean, solid night of basketball. Excited for tomorrow, and yeah, I'm just a yapper who don't know ball. Peace, y'all.